10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is going on, Silver Squad? RJ here from the Silver Site, back again with the usual crew and some guests to break down season 3, episode 6, Scar Tissue. Forgive me. I'm running on fumes right now. As you can also tell, we are missing one of our own today. Dr. J is unable to make it, but hopefully she'll be able to join us next week. But fear not, we're still here and we are still going to break down this episode and give you all of our crazy theories and our thoughts and opinions on season 3, episode 6, Scar Tissue. So Desiree, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to discuss this episode.
And Jay, what's going on? Hero Harrison, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. I'm a little tired like you, but I'm still ready to talk about this episode.
Listen, I understand being tired and still having, work to do, but grateful you guys are here. And our two guests, we have Taman and Tyrone from the Scream Kings podcast. How you doing, fellas?
We're doing amazing.
Listen, happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, happy to have y'all. So before we jump into it, I want to get you guys' overall thoughts on the episode. We'll start with our guest. Taman, what did you think of the episode 6?
I think that we are getting to the point of the season where things are slowly starting to, slow down. And we're starting to get more into like the emotional beats and more of the, atmospheric horror that's going on in this town. And from this season so far, we had a lot of action and things. So I think we're getting ready to slow down and really work on relationships and unpacking some feelings, traumas. But I think the action is gone for a little bit.
Okay. All right. And Tyrone, what'd you think?
You know what? I think it's like this season has been like a roller coaster for me so far. So, there's a part of the roller coaster where they want to kick that thrill, that adrenaline in off the bat. And then, you go through your loops and your turns, but then you're going towards that final ascent, and it's a slow crawl. So I feel like we're just now going up that slow crawl. It may take us another episode or two, but once we get over that hump, it's butter. It's butter.
Click.
Yeah.
Click. The worst feeling ever, by the way.
Whoa. What'd you think, Jay?
I'm with Tyrone on this one. I think it's really, they started off the season hot, and then it kind of just the fire's simmering, but now the people are starting to flame it up again, with put the oil back in or I think we'll start to get our answers, a little bit more answers towards the end of the season. Towards the end of the season. So it's gonna be a slow burn, like you said.
Yeah. Desiree?
I'm gonna say it's been a little bit frustrating, a little bit underwhelming, only because like we're getting answers, but at the same time we're getting more questions, a whole new layer of questions. And so
yeah. I felt similar. I think that but I've also come to appreciate the slower episodes because they kind of give us a break from all the emotional trauma that the show tends to randomly put us through. So for me, I'm not going to say this is one of my favorite episodes, but it's far from like my least favorite episode. We did get a little bit of information, a little bit of answers. We did get some communication from a couple of characters, which is something that the fandom has been complaining about since season 1. If you see something, say something for some odd reason, they choose not to. And for this episode, I'm just glad that we got them to talk even a little bit. So, So I guess let's start out with the opening scene where Tabitha and Jim are having a very heated discussion. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Tabitha kind of ate Jim up on that. Like he lost that one. He took an L.
Yeah, because Jim, it was funny when Jim was trying to like go in the bed and she's like, nah, we're gonna talk about this. He just jumps out the bed like a little kid and he's like, you want to know something? And I'm just like, just get to the point, Jim, please. But yeah, Tabitha kind of ate him up on that one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so did the monsters. The screams.
They really did.
They shut that stuff down.
Nah, like funny enough, you say that because if I actually put the monster scream into the Google translator, and it translates to basically "shut the fuck up."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's basically what it translates to. So yeah, the monsters had enough. They was trying to eat, and Jim and Tabitha was being loud.
Crazy.
Maybe run
Crazy.
the side. Who knows?
Yes, I love that as well. Love to see
Yeah.
Victor bonding with his dad.
Yeah, that was an amazing part
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Mhm.
I like the way that they're conveying their relationship and they're reuniting.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're not doing the whole "I don't want to see you, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to be around you" thing, or trying to avoid each other. You know, so I'm glad they're actually coming a duo and being father son like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I want to back you up on that a little bit because I think that's important to show that piece because Victor's one of the victims has been there for so long, and after that separation, it's really the relationship because you can still tell he loves his dad, but he just kind of doesn't want to tell him things or just doesn't want to see him hurt, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Because he just knows that this could be the last time. And if Victor loses his dad, oh my goodness, I don't even know.
I don't know
Yeah.
if my heart can take it. I mean, but I do like their sort of, because they hadn't seen each other in so long. They're awkward, sort of where do we go from here? How do we pick up the pieces? And it's not necessarily like the yelling and screaming. It's just kind of like being in each other's world, I guess. And Henry's able to be in Victor's world.
Yeah.
It feels very Twilight Zone-ish right now because it's I don't know if it's just it's not I know it's not just me, but Victor, he looks older than his dad, and given the circumstances. So it's like, of course his dad's protective over him, but
Yeah.
I love to see Victor, being protective over his dad as well, so
To be honest, he's been playing hide and seek for like 30 years. Like I'd look like that too if I was playing hide and seek.
By myself. By myself.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The constant.
But also, I like how Victor is also like, I'm a grown man and I really don't need my father right now, but sure, you can hang out. Like when his father went initially to check on him and he was like, well, I guess I just let you go. And Victor's like, well, if you want to just walk with me and hang out, that's fine. I was like, yeah, that felt really organic and natural. And I'm glad that they went that route with him.
I think I just think that with that, because Victor too he's been there for so long, so he just knows kind of how to navigate, and he's always been in all kinds of trouble and seen all kinds of things, and so I think he's like, of course I love you, Dad, but I don't always need you because he's like, I got this, kind of thing.
Yeah,
he's protective of him. He doesn't want him to get hurt either because he knows what the place is capable of. And even when they went into the tunnels, like just like Tabitha, zero situation awareness. Like, why are you using your outside voice, megaphone? Like,
that's so crazy.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, and then when he went in the tunnel, to hear one of the monsters, basically say, if you keep coming down here, because you've been coming, we're gonna keep you. That was
F around and find out. That's what that was about.
that's one of the top 5 lines of the series for me. Definitely chilling.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, that was crazy.
No, he was super loud too, Wade, like screaming, almost worse than Tabitha. I don't know. I don't think anybody was worse than Tabitha when she was in those tunnels. She was super loud.
Tabitha was so frustrating in those tunnels, girl.
I would have left her, honestly.
Yeah,
I would have left Henry. Because for one, why are you touching stuff? For one,
that's my thing with people. Like, stop touching shit, please. Excuse my language, but yeah, stop touching stuff.
They can't help themselves. What's that?
Like little kids.
My wife's. This is my wife. It's the only one that looks like this in the whole world. This has to be my wife.
Oh my God.
Like, you thought nobody else had that sweater before, man? Like, shut up.
Okay.
But I don't, like you said, I think that line from the monster was very chilling. Like, low key, she told him, like, don't let me catch you in the streets again.
Yeah.
And can we talk about that? Because Henry, when they made it out of the tunnel with Jasper, Henry was like, that voice. Like, I'm thinking that maybe that voice is familiar to him.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been, the monster's voice could have been maybe Miranda's voice.
Mm.
Mm.
Otherwise, why else would he be fixated on the voice, like the sound of the monster? I don't understand.
Mhm.
They can mimic, right? Because they didn't.
I
In
think they can.
the
I think
first
they
season,
can,
they
yeah.
mimic that girl's grandmother.
Yeah.
So, Ayana?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Something to think about. I think he's heard that voice before.
That makes sense.
Oh, and then another thing I wanted to hit on is Victor said sometimes because they went in there to get Jasper, and he was moved. So do you think that the monsters knew that he was going to come back for Jasper?
Hmm.
I think since he's been down there, several times. Like I feel like it's even more sinister. It makes it more sinister for me because I think they knew that he was going to come back. I think because he's been down there before, and also from what we saw at the beginning of the season, we saw how they roll, how strategic they are. So with them it adds another layer of them being like strategic and letting Victor come down there because I feel like if it was anybody else, they would have got.
It was
I'm with
definitely-
Tyrone on that one.
Yeah.
It was definitely a mental attack on Victor because they were gaslighting him. He knew those things were there, and they moved them, and they decided to play that cruel prank on little Victor. But he got that tunnel. Every time I watch them in the tunnels, I think about as above, so below.
Yes.
The Bounce Store movie, and I just get freaked out anytime they go in those tunnels. I'm like Victor's dad. Like, come on, no, we're done. Turn around.
Right.
So do you guys, and this will come into play later in the season, so I don't want to give anything away, but do you guys feel like you have the bravery to like go into those tunnels to try to find answers, or are you just going to be chilling in Colony House like everybody else?
What scares me the most is like actually like running into something to where I won't come back because of all. I feel like wasn't it Boyd the last season? He accidentally ended up down in the tunnel somewhere by accident.
Mm-hmm.
He took us like a certain route or something like that. I think that would be my only fear, but I would probably go look for answers if someone told me like how things work, like Victor. But I wouldn't just go by myself. Hell no.
Oh,
no. I'd either go with Victor or Jade. I need to be around, someone who's probably been in the tunnel before, who has experience such as, Victor, and then someone who's just smart and catches on easy like Jade, Yeah. So I would have to go down there with a purpose, not just oh cool, we're exploring a cave. But I do think it's well worth the risk given the circumstance.
But I also wouldn't go down there with Little Green Army men either. Like, I'm gonna need a rope because I'm gonna forget where I put these things at.
Oh no.
He's such a kid. Like Victor, grow up.
ADHD kicks in. Like, where did I put that toy soldier?
I wouldn't have made it out. I wouldn't have made it out with them army men.
No, they were green and dark too. Oh no.
Yeah. Like, why don't you bring up like marbles or something reflective? Like, you bought Little Green. I would have died. I wouldn't have made it out.
We need those flares for when you like deep sea diving and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what those flares for that cave.
You might as well bought rocks.
Yeah. It's crazy though how like all of a sudden the monsters say something now that Henry is down there with him. All this other time, they're just like, "Oh, it's Victor," and go right back to sleep.
That is kind of weird though.
Yeah, because they said if you keep coming down here, so he's been down there a couple times.
Yes.
Yeah, because like Tyrone was mentioning too, that like it's just it's not the first time. He's been there consistently, so there's been patterns, and they're kind of strategic, I think. And also just from like the last 2 episodes when Randall has been spying on him, and that, remember I mentioned last episode too, RJ, that how these monsters kind of like they come out at a certain time, at a certain night, a certain place, but that night they didn't. And then Randall's like, this night they're not doing this, so it's like they're sneaky, they're strategic.
Oh, they definitely are. So I guess y'all want to segue in talking about Randall this episode. And for me, y'all know I don't like Clandle. I really don't like at all. And so for me, I did feel bad for him because he took a look at his face, and to have that kind of like facial trauma, I know that has to be like, and I know he got to be pissed at Boyd.
Yeah, he definitely is pissed at Boyd. I don't know why Boyd tried to come in there. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
If I'm Boyd, I'm thinking rationally and being like, okay, you need to let this heat like simmer right now because of the situation. He's already quick tempered too, so you know that you gotta just go easy on this guy. So give it like a couple of weeks before you just hop up in there and try to be like, hey, sorry man, I messed up your face. You know it wasn't my fault, but it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, I left you for dead.
Yes, exactly. Now he
Yeah.
looks like Two-Face. It just kind of reminded me of that reveal. I'm like, it was so, I don't know. But the fact that the monsters left Randall alive, I've still been wondering about that. Now, they're smart, they're strategic, as we described. I don't think Randall is moving into the clinic just because he wants like good company. I think maybe the monsters told him to do that. He was with them for a very long time.
Oh,
He was. He was.
Yeah, maybe they'll have him pull a Sarah and leave the clinic door open or something. Because I mean, if they wipe out the only healthcare providers they have there,
are there really healthcare providers if all you're doing is giving water?
Listen, that's all we got at this point. I'll take away.
What do you want us to do?
what do you want us to do?
Are there
All we got
really
is
doctors?
and ginger ale. That's it.
I take a bet. I'll take anybody.
Hey, ginger ale helps.
I kid you
Oh,
not.
it's the thing. Yeah.
She's so aggravating when Nikki died in that last episode in the earlier season when Picasso shot her, and she was like tending the Fatima. She was like, "Here, drink some water." I'm like, "Well, what's that? Somebody just died, Marielle. What is a glass of water gonna do?"
That's always the solution. I bet.
Always.
Get him some water. I don't want water right now.
What are you talking about? I'm not thirsty.
I'm traumatized.
Somebody's dead on the couch, Marielle.
Yes.
Like, water's not gonna fix it. People are dying.
Right. I don't know. Something about Randall. I feel like maybe he's going to further divide the group, the town. Yeah, the creatures left him alive for a reason.
I would say so.
They'll
I
end
think
up
so.
bending to their will.
I think something is special about Julie, Randall, and Marielle because they keep slowly talking about this experience that they shared, and I'm thinking that we didn't get to see what they saw. Like we saw them screaming, chained up against the wall, but what if they had their own experience together and have this trauma bond that Marielle's trying to ignore and all those things? So something about their experience, I think, is going to be important.
Yeah, they were all affected by that entity.
Mhm.
And now those monsters are probably going to use those what was it, the locusts to control Randall.
Yeah.
You know what? That may be another reason why he accepted the offer to move in there too, is because Marielle, aside from Julie, are the only ones that went through what he went through.
Mhm.
That's true.
Listen, we saw this in Batman before. Anybody who gets their face messed up, like it does something
Yeah.
to their brain.
It
It's just a
does.
wrap. I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
I don't either. No.
Tyra Banks said the mug is the money maker. So once that's gone, then
Yeah.
you might as well just use it and snap, especially in this place. What does she got?
It's war.
Really?
War, yeah. Burn them caves down. Get it over with.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. You made a good point. At this point, it's war. It may be a very slow fought war, but they're at war with the monsters and whatever else is going on in that town.
And speaking of war, I honestly, one thing that's making me mad about this episode, I want to go to war with whoever's on the other side of that damn phone that keeps calling. Stop calling at random times and then be like, talking about nothing, and we don't even, there's nothing behind that yet. And I want to know whose voice that is that keeps changing up and it keeps messing with Jim or whoever's answering the phone pretty much. So
Yeah.
They call it start drama.
Yeah, it's there.
One time. How are they going to respond? Just one time.
Drama.
I love it though. It's like classic. It's like a classic horror element because they're in this place, they're in this situation. They've been here for God knows how long, and they're at the mercy of these creatures and these certain elements that pop up, and then someone's calling on the phone. Of course, like you wouldn't want to answer the phone because obviously someone keeps playing around on the phone. But on the other hand, like it could be some help. So it's kind of like it's another element of torture, mental abuse, with this phone.
That's why I
Tom
love.
is
I have a
so
love-hate relationship with that. But I like the element of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So speaking of mental torture, let's go to Donna burying
Adele.
Damn. Yeah. Told you I'm my brain tonight. So Donna's a very kind woman, because I feel like, and this just goes to show you how Dale was like an asshole, because she really didn't have nothing nice to say about him as she was burying him. But that also speaks to Donna having to be like the Rock, even when she doesn't have it in her. Because with all that stress, I would have just left him as an example. I'd have left him right there.
Or hibachi for Tabitha.
Tabitha would have been like, I'm going to the pool. I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out. I'm going to the pool.
Ellis, bring the hot sauce. I'm going to the pool.
Right. Low key, I would have found a way to fill that pool up.
I thought it was cool to see Donna memorializing her actual husband in real life, and to bring in those emotions, because he's not going to be on set as much as he used to be. All those things, he's going back to America. So like to take those emotions of her partner leaving the series and put it in that moment in such a contained way was such a skillful moment, and I appreciated her for that.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that helps, as well on the acting side, to have something so close and personal to you. It definitely shows through the screen. And I think she kind of used maybe that personal relationship, as we know they're married, to kind of, really give layers to her character. And so I appreciated that as well.
And I love that comfort moment, Tabitha comforting Donna. It was nice to see, because I love me some Donna. Donna for the win all the way, and she's strong, but it's like, she's a human being. She got a soft side too. She need to be told it's going to be okay as well.
Yeah, Donna's a roughneck. You gotta
Right.
too.
And
I like that you said she's still human.
Yeah, she needed to. They were dragging her that last meeting. She even said herself, like, what if I blew our only chance to get out of here? So at that point, she's starting to believe the BS that they were feeding in that meeting.
Yeah. Because she's more in a broken state now. We saw how she broke down. Was it last episode? I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
We didn't see him for a while. Last time we saw him was when
He's had small.
When he was with Jade, right? He was.
Yeah, I think we saw him after, though, like one episode after, because they were talking to him about it, like, why'd you do that? And I think he almost started another fight or something like that.
There was always.
I remember.
It was always starting.
Yeah. Was he on the porch when they were running into Tion's house to get food? Was he one of the people from Colony House?
I feel like he probably is. Knowing Dale, he was.
I think so.
I think
It was
so.
probably his idea, honestly.
Yeah, it was his idea.
Yeah.
Him and Nikki.
And look at him, dead.
Both of them.
And now you're dead. So.
Damn.
Not a fan. 0 out of 10. Honestly, I would have led them in single file. Like, y'all want to go to the street? All right, bet, let's go. It'd have been whole people.
A nice field trip.
The
Yeah.
one, like, in order.
I
Dale,
don't take supplies with you. We don't want to resources.
Exactly. So now we got to beat this wall down to get Dale's book bag.
Damn, I just thought about it. Yeah.
no.
Now we're over here mining for supplies because you took bread and food and fruit.
And cabbages. You know we don't have any.
Dale's that type. He's that selfish type to snack everything and then put it like in a pillowcase and then be like, you know what? I'm off. Forget you guys. Like those little kids that have like the little stick and the little
That's
bandana.
what he was. That's exactly what he was.
Like get your
Right.
little tie shoe and wearing that out here.
His departure like we care. Like, get on.
Yeah.
Listen, he
Yeah.
deserved it.
He's the type that has to make an announcement and that no one cares. Like, I'm leaving. All right, go.
It's not an airport. Care.
Why are you announcing your departure?
Right.
Listen, you were not a cautious explorer. You should have threw the backpack in there first, in the tree first, saw what happened, and then step in. You know, but you going in with the backpack, it's like, come on now.
See,
Exactly.
Corey, I don't know if someone would have. I get it, it's a numbers game. The more people that go through, the more likely they are. But I feel like they should have waited on more information before they went through. Had they had one conversation with Victor, nobody would have went through that tree.
Mm-hmm.
But he was so thirsty to be the hero.
It felt like Poltergeist.
What you say?
Yeah, it felt like Poltergeist dragging. They should have been dragging the rope through the trees,
Yeah.
trying to see where it ends, and then pulling people through the other side. They didn't really do any test or analysis. They were trying to, but Dale was, Daling, and he was like, "I'm going to lead the people to freedom. This is my calling."
Okay, Harriet Tubman.
No, it's your calling, all right. You got called right into that wall.
Indeed.
It's like Shayna said, Dale started the fight and the tree finished it.
I love Sheena.
The tree don't play about Tabitha. So watch before you walk in there.
I don't.
That is hilarious.
Exactly, T Wade. Everybody thinks they're smarter than the town.
Mhm.
So that's actually a good way to segue, Corey, into let's talk about Jade now in these numbers. So, first of all, I want to talk about Boyd. One thing I don't like about supernatural shows, like let's take Vampire Diaries of the Originals for an example. Whenever a new supernatural force comes into town, why do people on supernatural shows act like that could impossibly be it? No, there could never be a vampire witch hybrid. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as quantum theories and wormholes. Sir, you're in a town where you can't leave. Anything is possible at this point. So for him to like treat Jade like he's tripping or he's crazy, not gonna lie, that kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that because look, there's one thing in that's rooted in reality is that knowing your environment and your surroundings and where you're at, especially as Black folks, we know our surroundings very well.
Yeah.
But besides the fact it frustrates me. It's like, how much is it going to take for someone to realize that this is real, but it's not real, but it's still real. It may not be real to you, and you have to find a way to eventually come to some kind of closure and be like, hey, we got to figure out a way out, but you can't go around and try to like make everyone else suffer or put other people in dire situations.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. See, I told you a long time ago. I'm Team Jade.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
You're right, Jay. She did. You did say Desiree was Team Jade. I'll give you all that.
Mhm.
I've lost faith in Boyd too. I have, honestly.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
So Jay, you let the monsters get to you. The monsters got inside your
They
head.
got
Jay.
so long.
Yeah.
Not entirely. It's just in some aspects because I feel like because everyone's going crazy and they're seeing what happened to Dale. They saw what happened, and Boyd's trying to tell like, hey, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys to protect you, but it's still just not. I guess it's sunk in with people, but it's just become so numb now to where people are just like, what? Well, we might as well just do anything at this point because if we just keep sitting here, we're running low on everything. So, but I feel like Boyd still doesn't have like that oomph anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm happy they gave him a new focus, which was, the baby and Fatima and just kind of being there for that situation for a little bit.
Yeah.
He needed that, I think.
Yeah.
I think we needed that. It's nice to see Donna and Boy fall backwards so Julie and Elgin can have scenes together.
Yeah.
And so we can explore more of Jade and more of Tabitha and more of the other things. So it's great that they're still there and they make sure we know that they're around and we feel their presence in every episode. But I think the background players are really coming forward.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree. I loved the fact that Jade learns about the second tree. So, of course, you have as far as him decoding, you have the faraway tree and then you have the bottle tree. One of them has like the cursive handwriting And then one of them has, like, of course, the hole, which I think is the faraway tree, I want to say. I don't know, I'm getting them kind of confused. And I love the fact that Ethan is helping him out. I think Ethan may be the one to sort of, decode and maybe, I don't know, crack the code. I think he'll end up being the one that does that.
If he doesn't open another door.
Oh, sure. Damn. I didn't think about that.
I didn't think, yeah, no.
Damn.
That's,
Like, he could easily make it worse.
that's true. Okay, that's true.
Look what happened to Jim. Jim thought, well, not Jim, Tabitha. Tabitha thought she was doing something when she was doing all that damn digging.
Yeah, that was, oh, God.
What did Thomas say? Your wife shouldn't be doing all that digging.
Yeah.
RJ, I know that made you mad. All that digging, that whole episode, the two
Yeah.
episodes.
Like, come on, man.
For no reason. She really thought she was on to something. I'm like, no.
Yeah, she did.
This ain't it.
Ended up in the tunnels. Being loud.
Being loud. Oh my God. I do love the fact that they brought Tom back and how he's, kind of pestering Jade.
Yes.
But Ghost Tom, is he there to help though? Or
No,
just
mm-mm.
out? He wants him to sober up, in order to figure things out. But like, I feel like Jade is kind of his best when he's drinking. I'm sorry.
I do too.
And then remember how Miranda, too, Henry's wife, she was tripping off of acid and then ended up discovering from Bill having visions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let Jade do his thing. Tom, why are you here?
But here's the thing. I
You
don't
had your
think
chance.
this is me throwing it out there. I think some things are there to help, and I think some things are there to not help. And let me tell you why I don't think. Hold on. Okay, so Tom said some things are there by natural design. This is not natural. What are you doing? You're wasting your time. He was trying to pull him away from the tree. He was trying to talk him out of it. He was trying to say that, hold on. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, he said it's just something someone put there. It's not part of the puzzle. I don't trust Tom. I don't trust anything that's not the Ankui kids.
That's the
Yeah, I don't. Something about him I don't trust either. I think that might be it.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I trust him. I feel like he's given us some sort of underlying triple entendre that they have not revealed to us. We might not even get it revealed until season 5. To the way this show operates. So, but there's something about it that just makes me trust him. I don't know. I may be alone on this island.
No, I respect it.
She said, "Are we condoning alcoholism?"
Shame.
I don't know if rules that really apply in Frumland. I don't know. I don't know if rules like that apply. Is alcoholism a thing? We should be able to drink as much as we want under these conditions. So I don't know if that's a thing.
I think
Season 1, episode 1.
Yeah, that's 2. I didn't say stay it out all night. I just said like.
Listen, I feel like Jade is going to be the sacrifice of the show. Like the way that this is going. I feel like by the end of this series, he's going to be the sacrifice. I feel like he's going to be. Yeah.
I mean, what else can you do to the mad scientist?
Yeah.
Can't make him sane again.
If Jade goes, I go.
That's oh my god! I say the same thing.
Unfortunately, I am with Tyrone on this one because I feel like there's a different type of leadership as we were talking about, and that Jay is going to be the one to step up to save people because he does have a heart too. But I feel like that he's leading them a certain way to where he's leading more answers than Jim or anybody else. So I don't know. I think he is going to make that sacrifice, and it might be him.
You see that final moment kill of the episode of the finale? Not this one, but the show finale.
It's gonna be a tearjerker.
Oh,
I think it's Boyd.
You think it's Boyd?
Yep.
Boyd, and this is why. I think that he's going to sacrifice himself simply because he already has what does he have with the disease?
Oh,
Parkinson's.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's going to be a situation where it's like he's going to be the one to stay behind and just live in Plumville and let everybody go because it's his duty as a leader, as an officer, to get everybody to safety. So I feel like if anybody's going to sacrifice themselves, it's going to be Boyd. Now, I feel like Jade and Boyd may argue about, I get to stay. I get to stay.
Yeah, for
But I
sure.
think Boyd is going to go.
I thought the blood that Boyd received from the guy chained to the wall, Christopher, I thought that healed him.
No, I don't think so. He didn't mention being healed.
Because he said he wasn't having problems. Remember when the blood was still in him, he wasn't having problems anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And then he transferred the blood to kill an animal. I mean, to kill one of the monsters.
You remember when he killed Smiley?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And so I think it healed him.
It might have.
Interesting.
It might have.
That's some good work.
I think the tree burrow. I don't know how to say that. It's supposed to be Thomas, right? But I don't think that's Thomas. Like I said, I don't trust nothing that's not the Ankui kids.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. He hasn't brought it up this season.
Parkinson's.
Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It could be too because what's the preacher's name that died in the first season?
Cotry.
Yeah. With him, he's been talking to him a lot recently. So I mean, I think he's kind of just saying like, what are you gonna do in this time? What are you gonna do, Boyd? And Boyd might have to make that decision of just sacrificing too.
Yeah.
That would make sense. I think because we've spent more time with Boyd more than anyone else, I will say that his time seems to be pretty much served as a character. And this is also coming from an actor's perspective. I think they've written all they can about Boyd.
Yeah,
honestly.
You're right. We've gotten backstory, character development, everything already. So what's left for him but to be the one?
Because he's just been talking to him a lot, and I just feel like that's kind of like a send off, saying that like, hey, this is something that you might have to understand, that there's gonna be someone that will have to step up in a moment for the better of this town or whatever it is.
Something tells me that Boyd is prepared for that. I feel like he is walking around with that bell, waiting for his moment to get everybody free, especially if it calls for his life. I think he's ready to be the a martyr for this place, for these people. Excuse me.
It's very on brand for his character, Like I feel like that's something that he definitely would do. I wouldn't, but hey, I mean, Boyd would.
If that happens, then like, who do you think is next to step up between Kenny, Ellis? Which Ellis need to do something.
Yeah. Not Kenny and his high waters, that's for sure.
Please, Kenny is going to be. Kenny is in Colony House, experiencing the joys that he has never experienced.
That's right.
Per his conversation with Donna.
Oh, the orgies.
But you notice Donna didn't say yes or no.
I know
That's true.
That. She didn't deny it.
She did not. So just come on up here and get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically moving day this episode,
It was.
Moving into Colony House. Randall moves into the clinic. Who else is moving?
That's a good. I like who else is moving.
Donna's next.
Donna's next in line.
No, if Donna goes, I go.
Yeah, Donna goes.
Leadership, Shayna? Are you talking about leadership?
Oh, someone replacing Boyd?
Okay, replacing Boyd.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a goal.
Donna, Jay don't play about Donna.
Yeah, no, we don't play about Donna.
Yeah, because if she goes, I go.
Kenny gonna get laid?
He needs it.
Yeah.
By who?
Whoever's in that house.
Tilly.
Probably the amphibian ghost kimono lady.
Kimono lady.
Kenny's about to be going to all the free.
Yeah. But you saw this episode slightly alluded to that with him and Julie. Like, hey, you want to try this joint? He's like, nah, no, that's not my thing. Right now, it's not. But wait till you move to Colony House.
Colony House is going to be a thing.
Just put that badge down and come enjoy life.
Honestly, like, I'm not the cool adult. I would have snitched. I'm not the cool adult.
I believe that.
I would have
Yeah.
told, yup.
You gonna
I'm
tell
telling.
she'll
I
never
ran
make
down with the bell. Tabitha.
I think Elgin's trying to make his. Well, we kind of talked about how Elgin's kind of making his move, or at least trying to. Well, I don't know. Let's say make a move, but I think he's just lonely, and he's around her age, maybe, or trying to hit it off something. I don't know. What do y'all think about that?
They're doing their thing. The teenagers hanging out moment. They're doing their whole "we're gonna be friends" or more. It was a montage for me. That's what it felt like. The montage in a rom-com.
I agree with that.
Oh, can we talk about Tabitha's dream?
Yes.
Because what was I gonna say? Oh, so her dream that she says that she has, and as we see it, little Tabitha's. Did anyone notice that little Tabitha's clothes weren't necessarily accurate to the time period in the dream?
I didn't.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it would have been like in the 80s for her, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And her clothing was similar to the guy that Jade saw, the one-eyed guy in his hallucinations. So
There's
that's
a lot of eyes too. Do you think the eyes mean anything? Because Dale's right eye, the guy was showing at the pool, Dale's right eye, the Civil War soldier with the one eye.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, but that's one thing that I noticed, because I was like, ain't no way she would have been wearing those clothes as a little girl.
And she wouldn't have dreamed about herself as a young girl wearing those old ass clothes.
Yeah. And I think that there's like a direct tie between her and Miranda, because like it seems like their duty, like they were destined to be in Frumville. And it seems like their duty is to help the Unkui kids.
Didn't she say that they were chosen or something like that?
Yeah. In every generation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like Buffy.
Yeah, in every generation.
Every generation there's one. So there's got to be some kind of link there, but what?
What about that lady that Elgin keeps seeing saying that
help me?
I'm gonna say I can save you all, but and she keeps disappearing. Like that's
I don't believe it.
I don't trust her.
No.
But I did think something was interesting with the picture that Elgin took of Fatima and how the lady was sort of wrapped around Fatima. And in my head, I was like, is this the baby? And because the woman is malnourished, and I would assume the baby, based off what it intakes, is malnourished. And then in all those type of the baby comes from the future to save itself in the past scenarios, that could be what we're dealing with those two things, with the kimono lady and Elgin and Fatima. She could be reaching out to Elgin, like, save me as a baby and my mom, please.
Interesting.
I don't know, but when she was wrapped around the picture, that's what I thought.
So like a time loop theory?
Yeah, like almost like the kimono lady is the baby grown up.
Okay, interesting.
But I'm like, would you want to save yourself if your parents were in that scenario? Like, you're stuck in
why
front
would
of
you?
them?
That's a good point too. Why would you?
Yeah.
So what does the future look like? So maybe the future is not as bleak. Or they do have the power to free everyone.
That's interesting.
That's valid. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't trust her either, but I also may have a feeling. I have a feeling that she may be the spirit that got Sarah caught up. I don't know. That's just a theory.
Here's my thing. I feel like, I mean, everything is scary and creepy, but I just feel like the way they're going about it, like if you can talk complete sentences, why are you waiting until now? I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust her. I don't.
We shouldn't trust her because, I mean, Elgin got there a while back, but yeah, I mean, this is the second time there, right?
The spirit?
Or Elgin.
Elgin's.
Oh, Elgin.
No, Elgin had a dream on the bus.
Yeah. As soon as Elgin got there, he had a vision, threw up outside, and he's been recovering from that moment since season 2 till now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like that with him having these visions and stuff too, just I don't know how to put my finger on it, but I feel like that could this woman that he sees, or it's on his shoulder, is gonna lead him to maybe like some like other people that have been there before, like the people at the motel or something, or I don't know.
Where is that motel?
Where is it?
It's in the tunnels.
And what's the name of it?
Motel? Maybe?
I think it's just motel. Yeah.
What's the name of it? I'm trying to go there.
Is there a talisman in there? Because
I'm trying to see the Dell exhibit.
that could be that could be part of orientation. And this is what happens when you go through the damn trees.
Dale. Example
I'm
one.
a tourist.
Here's what happens when you steal people's clothes.
Yeah. And this is what happened if you're looking out windows when monsters and guns are fighting. So you end up like Nikki. So
Mind your business.
Mind your
Is
business.
this just a cautionary tale? The whole thing?
The whole town.
That's what it's looking like.
What not to do.
Oh my God. What do we think about Fatima and her discovering that, there's no baby in the uterus?
Wasn't shocked, but I was at the same time.
I was shocked.
I was shocked, to be honest.
I was a little shocked. I was like, oh, well, that's okay. But not entirely surprised, because I mean, it's just, I feel like there's some kind of evil in her. It's not just the baby's like a trick. Everything, all this is a trick, and it's not just in her head. I feel like it's because people are witnessing this, but I feel like she's the key to something, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah. And I mean, we know that the town has Fromville tends to have like healing properties. What if, I don't know, they sort of healed her? Maybe they saw it as I don't know. Or maybe her body consumed the baby, or I don't know. But I think her willingly eating rotten fruit and whatever produce, that's even more creepier, because I thought it was the baby making her do it. I feel like maybe she's transitioning into like a creature.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah. Maybe she's getting eaten from, well, like not like eaten, but from the inside out, she's turning into like a decayed body or something that's going to turn into spirit. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I don't know.
I was waiting for like Dawn of the Dead baby realness, it's just a baby to be born and just, rip somebody's insides out, but can't get everything you want.
You can't get everything.
Yeah. Oh, and
Dawn of the Dead is an underrated movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I love it. I love all the original and the original and the remake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big zombie movie person. I love them.
Yes.
Same.
So good. But yeah, and remember, she was told that she could never have a baby.
That's true. So
the towns, I don't know.
And then you want her to rejoice, like, oh my God, look at the beauty. You had a baby. Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Here.
What do you mean? You rejoice. No, what other options do we have here? I don't know what we can say on live, but what other options do we have to alter this situation to where it's no longer present? That felt easy to say. So like, what else is on this truck that came in ambulance? What else is on it?
Yeah. I don't know about possessing Mary, but I just, that kimono lady, I don't trust her at all. Like I forget which one you said it, but I think it's like a Sarah situation with her. I don't trust it.
You call it the Sarah effect.
The Sarah
effect.
Elgin, she tried to drown you. Don't you remember?
Exactly.
She tried to kill you multiple. She probably got more bodies than Sarah.
Yeah.
She probably does.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a cold line.
Yeah.
Was.
I know, yeah.
You like Victor now?
Listen, Victor's brave. I'm not talking to somebody who got multiple bodies on him. Like, they don't call her Sarah bodies for nothing. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not mouthing off to Sarah.
She's the scariest person there.
Literally.
He was lying. He was not lying. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say not a lot happened this episode, but to me, it was enough to kind of keep me intrigued. I didn't see the trailer for the next episode though. Did you guys watch the trailer?
No.
Okay. I didn't have time to watch it after I did it, so.
Nobody knows it.
They call that behind her back because they're too scared to say it to her face. They afraid they scared they're gonna be another one of her victims. They whisper it.
Oh my God, Sarah Bodies.
Sarah Bodies. I love that.
Yeah, RJ made that up. That was you, RJ, right?
Yep.
She might not make it out this show either.
I don't think so either.
And I'll be
Like I
okay
said
with
last
that.
time, they'll probably make her a martyr of some sort, or maybe give her a redemption story,
Save Ethan.
and then
Save
take her out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that she'll give herself her own redemption arc because she went to go, talk to Julie about, hey, if you need to talk to me, I'm here. She's helping Victor out, so I think she's going to kind of make her way back to each kind of individual group and kind of earn some remnants of like redemption. And I think she's slowly going to not be as ostracized as she was. I feel like someone's going to take her place in being like the town not the town asshole, but the town. Well, that was Dale. Never mind. And he's like,
Yeah, that was Dale. Maybe Randall will be the one.
yeah. Damn. I don't know. But I guess Jade. Well, Jade's a lovable asshole. There's a difference between like a Dale asshole and like Jade.
He's a
know,
tolerable
like,
ass.
He's
Yeah.
a sarcastic a-hole.
My fave.
Yeah. I guess we all got our favorites. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, so what do you guys think? What are you guys looking forward to? What do you think is going to happen in the next episode? What do you think the fallout is going to be?
I feel like just to say this real quick, the sheriff guy that we saw when Kenny's mother died, I feel like he's gonna come back at the end and be like, hey boy, this is your last stop, or like, boy, we're playing with you, or something like that, because I feel like he's still important to something because he was controlling those monsters, or at least like by their side, and I just feel like that small part is still not answered yet. I feel like because he said that to Boy's face, and then all of a sudden it's just they disappeared and then mauled his mother. I think there's a connection that's going to happen to that. We'll see at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Randall will do something that will harm the townspeople, but be convenient for the creatures. I just have a feeling.
Sleeper agent.
Yeah.
I like that. I think Fatima's I think people are gonna turn on Fatima. It's gonna the whole thing's gonna flip, especially with her in this baby situation. And I think the whole fact that she's been like, licking blood out of bodies and all this stuff is gonna come out, in some way, and it's gonna be bad for her. It's gonna slowly build, and that's when Boyd's gonna have to make a decision. Does he want to protect his family, or does he want to protect the town?
No, Chris can't die. Take Mariel. She's not doing it.
You can definitely go. Yeah. I want to hopefully learn more about the creatures. Organization requires leadership, and so this season they have been extremely organized in their attacks and their assaults. So I want to know what type of leadership regime they are under and who's in charge over there, and get some more news. Is it Thomas whoever's on the phone? Is it one of those people from the pictures? Like, I want to know who's in charge on the who's in charge of the girls on the other side. That's what I want to know ASAP, and hopefully we get that.
Okay.
More
fair and very plausible predictions. I definitely would like to predict, but I've already can't. But yes, so damn, I actually should have had y'all rated while y'all were doing that. So just give me a quick 1 through 10.
7.
Yeah, so give it a 7.5.
6.
Damn, Jay.
I said 6'2". Yeah, we
Yeah, look, that's why y'all together. You're on the same page.
Yeah, 6.
Okay. I'm with the fellas. I'll say 7. A smooth 7. So I don't know. I enjoyed it, and I definitely can't wait for next week. So before we get out of here, Scream Kings, can you tell everyone where they can find you at and what you got going on?
Absolutely. I'm Tamon Kane, and you can find me on Scream Kings right now on every Wednesday, doing From Breakdowns on Mondays with Geeking Out, talking about all things geeky, finishing up our Witches Road conversation with Agatha right now. And yeah, and wherever else. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Send me a friend request. I'll totally confirm.
Yes, yes, and you can, and I'm the Evil Tyrone. You know, you can find me on YouTube at on Evil Live. You know, doing horror discussions with the horror community and interviews. You know, with my wife, Lady Evil. We'll also be at BlurredCon come March, doing another panel at BlurredCon. Also, you know, doing the From breakdowns with the likes of Tamon Kane and the rest of the horror community who digs From as well. So yes, I'm on all social media at the Evil Tyrone. That's Evil, EVOL, love spelled backwards.
Oh, never noticed that. Okay, cool. Desiree, where can we find you and what do you have going on?
You can find me at Desiree Geraldine on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And then as far as what I have going on, I've been writing scripts and working on some, you know, all things acting basically. And so, yeah, you'll catch me on TV soon.
Very cool. Can't wait to see you. And Hero Harrison, Jay, what you got going on and where can we find you at, man?
You can find me on TikTok at Hero Harrison Talk, where I also have talked about the Witches Road. Done like plenty of videos on that. I'm a big comic head, so tomorrow you and I will be talking after this definitely.
Say less.
I'm gonna start up some other things that I have in the process. I'll just keep it on the low right now, but TikTok right now and Twitch Hero Harrison Talk is where my main content's at.
All right. And as always, you can find me at the Silver Site on most social media platforms. If you can't see me, if you're not sure who it is, because someone out there has my username and they will not get up off of it, even though they're a spam account. But that's another story for another time. Very excited about that, but I'm going to get it eventually. But type in the Silver Site, and if you see me or you see purple, chances are that's me. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had a great time this evening. See you back here, same time, same place next week. Later days.
Yes.